Welcome to tonight's council meeting, December 4th, 2023. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome to the Westminster City Council meeting for December 4th, 2023. We thank you for coming and would like to remind all in attendance that our meetings are subject to the rules of decorum that are posted at the back of the room. These rules are in effect while our meetings are in session, as well as as during breaks and transitions between meetings. We want to be sure all feel welcome and remind all that there is an expectation that no attendee shall disrupt this meeting and that threats and intimidation are prohibited. Signs and placards are prohibited in council chambers, and all attendees shall remain seated in the seats provided, not in the aisles, nor shall the doorways be blocked. Before we begin our agenda, I would like to add public comment after item 3A. Is there any objection? Okay, roll call, please.
Councillor Baker.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem DeMott.
Present.
Councillor Emmons.
Present.
Councillor Azadi.
Here.
Mayor McNally.
Here.
Councillor Nurmela.
Here.
And Councillor Seymour.
Here.
That brings us to the minutes of November 27th. Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve the minutes of November 27th, 2023 meeting as presented.
Councillor Seymour.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of November 27th, 2023. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? At this time, I know we didn't have public comment sign up, so if anybody's here that would like to speak at this time, come on up. Welcome.
Madam Mayor, Mayor Pro Tempore, City Councillors, City Manager and staff. Okay, no complaints tonight. I was going to welcome the new councillors, but that's going to be in the second half, so I'll skip over that. What I really wanted to say tonight was a thank you to the public works people, staff of this city. I spent Thanksgiving with family in Las Vegas, 3 states away, and on the Sunday following Thanksgiving Day, I happened to look at my email at 9 o'clock at night, and there was an email from the City of Westminster between 10 and 11 that morning saying that since 12 a.m. on November 26th, which I think means midnight Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, my house had been using 15 gallons of water an hour, which was a little disturbing since I hadn't been there since the Tuesday before. And gosh, didn't know what to do about that. It was 10 o'clock here, of course. In the end, I called my next door neighbor, who's wonderful guy, and said, would you please go across to my house to see what's going on? And he did, and the basement was not flooded, the kitchen was not flooded, the taps were dripping because I'd left them dripping against the cold. He went upstairs, and there in the main bathroom, in the toilet tank, the water was continuously running. The fill valve had burst or something, goodness knows why, so unless someone had come in and used it while I was away, I don't know. But, you know, there was no water on the floor, but it was continuously running, and so that was why the extreme amount of water usage. So I had him turn the water off, and I was happy. We got back 2 days later, and I checked it, and the next day I spent less than $10 at Home Depot and half an hour to replace the broken part. I mean, the thing is, I would not have known about this had it not been that I registered for the Westy Water app. This is something that started long before your time as city manager, and Public Works have been working on it for a long time. I only knew about it because of that. It could have been far worse. It could have been a broken pipe or something, which I would not have known about for 48 hours when I would have opened my front door and been waved into Vrain Street by a tsunami. So 2 things I have to say. Anyone who's hearing me say this, either in this room or online, if you haven't done so, register for that app, westminsterco.gov/westywater. Doesn't cost you anything. You can pay your bill that way. most importantly, they will tell you if you've got a problem. So that's the first message. The second, city manager, if you would pass my sincere thanks to Public Works and the Westy Water people for having persevered with that app for so long and now have got something that is very useful for the residents and can save us thousands of dollars. I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, do we have a motion for our consent agenda items 4A and B? I didn't see who came first. Councillor Emmons.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve the consent agenda items 8A through 8B.
Councillor Seymour.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve consent agenda items 8A through B. Is there any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Counselor Baker.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Demott.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
Counselor Azadi.
Yes.
Mayor McNally.
Yes,
Counselor Nermella.
Yes.
And Counselor Seymour.
Yes.
The motion passes on a 7-0 vote.
that brings us to item 5A. Councillor Emmons.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to direct staff to proceed with the renaming process for Stratford Park as part of the Stratford Park expansion project on the former Sheridan Green Elementary School site in the coming year.
Councillor Demott, or Mayor Pro Tem.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve item 5A. Is there any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mayor,
Councillor Baker.
so what does this mean?
City Manager.
Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, councilors, ladies and gentlemen, essentially what this means is that we'll conduct a public process in conjunction with the development of an expanded Stratford Park for the renaming process. And so, whether that ends up in the end being Sheridan Green or something else, I don't know, but that means that this will be a public process where we take information, we take recommendations, we have discussions, but that will be integrated into that park expansion. And so I think the key point is that it will be a very public process.
Thank you.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Pro Tem Demott.
Yes.
Counselor Emmons.
Yes.
Counselor Azadi.
Yes.
Mayor McNally.
Yes,
Counselor Nermella.
Yes.
Counselor Seymour.
Yes.
And Counselor Baker.
Yes.
The motion passes on a 7-0 vote.
that brings us to item 6, old business. Item A. Councillor Seymour.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move to pass Councilor's Bill number 59 on second reading, providing a supplemental appropriation of funds in the amount of $3,772,000 for the Sheridan Green project to the adopted 2023 budget of the general Parks, Open Space, Trails, and General Capital Improvement Funds.
Councillor Emmons.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to pass Councilor's Bill number 59. Is there any further discussion? Councillor Baker.
Yes, I will be voting against this again, primarily because of the squandering of $2 million that we've set aside for planning. Last week, we could only give rough estimates of $450,000 being spent on community engagement and planning itself. So where's the other $1.5 million going, except into a slush fund? I find this very disturbing, besides the waste of the building. So I'll be voting no.
Councillor Nermella.
Could we have staff just clarify again that what the $2 million would cover?
Mr. Herrera-Mishler, if you'd come up and walk us through that.
As I recall, it was a combination of things.
Welcome.
Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, councilors. My name is Tomas Herrera-Mishler, and I'm the Director of Parks, Recreation, and Libraries for the City of Westminster. The $2 million will be allocated with design fees being a portion of it, about $200,000. We will engage in extensive community outreach and communications, which would be another component of that budget. We talked about the site stabilization, and it really depends on if we're able to tear it down and then proceed directly into construction of the new park, the remaining funds will be allocated to that. It will be all allocated directly to improving the site, either permanently or stabilizing the site as an interim until all the plans are completed. So one way or the other, that site will look good once the building comes down. We don't want to have the community suffering from erosion and wind blowing and all of the things that will happen if that site is not stabilized. So that's what that money is going to be allocated to.
Any other questions? Mayor Pro Tem?
No questions, just comment.
Thank you.
I have no doubt that the money will be accounted for. I, however, think it's a tremendous waste of money. I think it's a tremendous waste of a resource. When we talk about community engagement and the public getting something that they want, we did extensive public engagement, and we're doing something other than what the public said with that building. So we're going to tear it down. I still have problems with us. I understand that the building needs updates, but let's be honest, like I said last time, that building would have housed school-aged children had Jefferson County not decided that they were going to close that building, just like WIT, in its current state. So I just don't like the idea that we're, using that as a reason to move forward with dismantling the building. So with that, I will be voting no.
Anyone else? Roll call, please.
Councillor Emmons.
Yes.
Councillor Azadi.
Yes.
Mayor McNally.
Yes.
Councillor Nurmela.
Yes.
Councillor Seymour.
Yes.
Councillor Baker.
No.
And Mayor Pro Tem Demott.
No.
The motion passes on a 5-2 vote.
That brings us to Councilor's Bill number 62. Councillor Seymour?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move to pass Councilor Bill number 62 on second reading, authorizing the city manager to enter into annual leases of certain water rights to agricultural users for a period of 5 years.
Councillor Emmons?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to pass Councilor's Bill number 62. Is there any further discussion? Councillor Baker?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank city staff because they got back to me on how much water we're selling and for what price. And we're selling roughly 160 acre-feet of water, and of course that's an average yield from our shares. And to do this is very good because we must beneficially use every drop of water we're entitled to, and this is a fine beneficial use of it. The wonderfully answering part of the getting back to me was we're selling these 52 million gallons of water, or 52,000 kilogallons, which is the measure of water we use, for $9,000 roughly, or roughly 20 cents per kgal. A question that I've asked repeatedly over many years: how much does water cost us? So to get us water that we own through all the canals and reservoirs and stuff like that, if this is true for the rest of the water supply, which is not necessarily accurate, but if it is, and if we use the number from Water 2025, where the goal to process water through our water plant was 92 cents a thousand, that means our true cost before we add on for the maintenance of our really distribution system, which is a very significant number, is $1.20 a thousand. And next year we're going to sell it to half the city or 3/4 of the city at $7 a thousand. We have a lot of money we're making there, even though I know people are object to using the word profit. But profit pays for things. And I think we need to recognize, the reality of what things truly cost. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Roll call, please.
Councillor Azadi.
Yes.
Mayor McNally.
Yes.
Councillor Nurmela.
Yes.
Councillor Seymour.
Yes.
Councillor Baker.
No.
Mayor Pro Tem Demott.
Yes.
And Councillor Emmons.
Yes.
The motion passes on a 6-1 vote.
Councillor Baker, would you come down? This is a time that we have to say goodbye. Thank you for your 2 years of service. And I just want people in the audience to understand what family goes through for any of us sitting up there. My husband doesn't come because he says he would probably be arrested. And I tell him he's better off sitting with the pugs. So trust me, it's people can make it look easy, but family has everything to do with us serving. So please tell your wife thank you for us, and thank you for your service, and please thank Councillor Baker for his last 2 years of service. Councillor Emmons. Our little Spitfire on council. What I will always take away with you is your CASA. She's done some CASA work while she's been here. I don't know how, because that alone takes tremendous amount of time. You make a difference in people's lives and little ones' lives. And I'll cry if I look at you. So she has a new CASA that has a lot of needs. And I know he's in great hands because of her. So thank you for your service here. Thank your husband for your service here. And thank you. We're going to miss you. Councillor Seymour. You too have been such a great person on council. Always a straight head when sometimes we get a little bit scattered. You bring us all back together. So thank you for that. Thank you for being always prepared. And to your wife out there, I know you're going to be joining her with a glass of wine, listening to us from this point forward. So not throwing bricks at us, but on YouTube. But thank you for your 4 years of service and always being there for us. At this time, I'd love to give any of you three time to share anything you want at this point, or no. Councillor Seymour?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just a short repose here, because I didn't prepare anything, because I like winging it. Drives my communication friend crazy. But this has truly been a fabulous honor. And while some of us don't always agree, I think we've found an opportunity to agree to disagree at times. And hopefully we can continue to do that. Hopefully inside Westminster we can find a way to keep the noise outside from filtering into us. And I think it's also a great way to keep our local coffee shops in business, having coffee with your local council person or anybody who you disagree with. Give them a call and say, I'll meet you at this place or that place. Local's always better. So you will see me around from time to time, but you won't be able to hear me through the YouTube channel. So it is not farewell. It is until next time. Thank you.
Councillor Baker?
Well, thank you, and I did prepare something, this being the third or fourth incarnation of it. And tonight's city council meetings are about the future. And my comments tonight are meant for the people that are entering office, the people that are taking, the baton from, this, council is handing them. There's far too much hate in Westminster. Perhaps I am more aware of the hate is because I have been the frequent target of the hate. The hate that has been hurled at me is meant to cause pain, hurt, and loss, and to give the haters an advantage. I am concerned, or perhaps convinced, that you new councilors will become the targets of a similar strain of hate. How can you avoid that hate? I do not think you can. But I do think with the beginning of a new city council, you have a chance to avoid the errors, that my council made and lessen the hate that is really directed at you. First step, I suggest, is to only proclaim values you truly believe. My council proclaimed noble values to cloak ourselves in virtue, but we really did not believe in those values. For example, look at our strategic plans guiding principles for the city of Westminster. Well, our first principle was collaboration and partnership. We could not even practice collaboration and partnership among our 7-member council. We never took the time to talk about the deeply held philosophical differences within our council. I suggest the new council, you don't claim that value unless you truly want to bridge the differences your council has. Ignoring our differences worked very badly for my council. Members who I thought were allies turned out not to have the values I thought we shared. I was left wondering what values did we share? I was also left with an overwhelming sense of betrayal. I hope I don't need to give you more examples, but if you do, you can look at how well my council brought thrift to the city of Westminster. My next suggestion is do not be afraid or be offended by difficult conversations. My council got very offended by clear, direct conversations. As a result, many of the challenging conversations my council had were soft, gauzy, and ambiguous. And the rest of the conversations simply ignored or muted, the minority position. We could not deal with situation where facts were not universally held. I doubt you can run an effective city council if you have two completely different set of facts. And trying to keep my advice short, my last suggestion is do not return hate with hate. We are all fully aware that hate in politics is effective. That is why it is so often hate is the standard of politics. But hate will drain intelligence, empathy, and leadership from your council and replace those important attributes with half-truths, emotion, and bullies. And my final words for the new council, I wish you success. find a new path to the downtown, and please don't build that water plant. Thank you.
Councillor Emmons?
Thank you. And then there are those with a different perspective, which is the beauty of a conversation. I want to first and foremost thank the Westminster community for entrusting me with your voice on council. We have had very involved and engaged community, and I hope that continues well into the future. From small neighborhood meetings to town halls to community events, I loved hearing from our community and how we can continue to make things better for Westminster. Looking back on 4 years, it's been a wild and challenging ride, but so incredibly rewarding. It was challenging in the fact that no council before us has ever had to navigate a pandemic in the way that we had to, peppered with civil unrest, all while trying to keep a community and city moving forward. Add in a recall, finding a city manager, making a decision on one of the largest remaining properties in Westminster, and finalizing a decision on a water treatment plant. We worked through a lot. And while facing a tough climate, we did accomplish many things in 4 years. And some of those highlights include approving a comprehensive plan that ensures build-out is within our available resources, including our water allotment, prioritizing core services and increasing the maintenance of our roadway infrastructure. Not only did we lower water rates, but we also increased the allowed usage in those tiers. Additionally, we have added several acres of open space, making nearly a quarter of Westminster open space. Our community outreach has improved along with our communication. We hired a city manager and in turn filled the chief of police role and other needed department heads. We've developed an in-depth strategic plan directly tied to our budget, and we've updated our city codes for stricter enforcement on speeding, auto theft, and many other necessary updates. Ruth Bader Ginsburg once said, "Real change, enduring change, happens one step at a time." And this council took the time to research, evaluate, and move Westminster forward one step at a time. All of this couldn't happen, though, without the input of our residents and Westminster staff, ensuring policies were meeting community needs. Westminster has a strong workforce that is steadfast and is passionate about delivering the best service to our city. I can't thank staff enough for their work. And to my colleagues, thank you for your service to our community. We've all had difficult conversations at one point or another, but we've moved the city forward together, and I appreciate your service. I want to extend an extra appreciation for Councillor Seymour, Mayor Pro Tem DeMott, and Mayor Nancy McNally. Councillor Seymour, from our days as candidates to serving on City Council, your wisdom and level-headed thoughts and humor will be missed. Mayor Pro Tem DeMott, thank you for your continued passion for our hometown. You and I have fought valiantly and diligently for our community on many issues, and it's been an honor to serve alongside you. And Mayor, thank you for your leadership and mentorship. It's something Westminster has been missing in a mayor for several years until your return to council. Lastly, and most importantly, I want to take a moment and thank my husband and my family. When in this position, many hours are dedicated to the community and your time at home is missed. To my husband, Terry, thank you for being my rock and my sounding board and my biggest supporter. All we've ever known since being married is life as a city councilor. Thank you for your patience and supporting my passion and heart to serve. I'm looking forward to the next chapter where we can have Monday dinners together. To my family, thank you for supporting me and being so understanding when I couldn't make family functions. Because of the support of my husband and my family, serving Westminster was a joy. An unforgettable experience and such an honor. Many people never step into this elected position, and I feel honored to have this opportunity to serve my community. Thank you.
Anyone else? Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Mayor. You know, it's said that the measure of a man is what they do with power. We certainly can see from the 3 people leaving council the fruits of that and what they've accomplished in their time on council. I can tell you that I worked very hard in 19 to help these 2 people who also worked very hard get elected, being Councilor Seymour and Councilor Smith, now Emmons. At that time, the things that we promised we would do was lower water rates. We would figure out what we were doing with the water plant. We would find new leadership in the city for our city manager, and mission accomplished because we did each of those things. It hasn't been always well received from the public, but if there are 2 people that I 100% think are honorable people, they're Councilor Seymour and Councilor Emmons. It's been my honor to serve with both of you, and thank you for your 4 years.
Councilor Azadi.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to just give all 3 of you my highest praises. I think it's been an honor serving with you. Special shout out to Councilor Seymour. I've said this before, but I'll say it on the record. You're a good person. You're a good man. You were my neighbor. We laughed, we joked. Your kindness and your humor brought a lot of lightness to my life. I want you to know that despite our ideological differences, you really did teach me that laughter, right, and joy and goodness can break through the noise, right, of all the nonsense from a politics standpoint, and really just get down to what can we do to help the most people, right? And it showed that there is that the possibility of unity is there if we just treat each other as humans, as regular people, and that's what you did. So I want to thank you for that.
Councilor Namella.
I also want to wish farewell, but also just offer a thank you for all the time that you have, one, given the community, but 2, just what you have given me. I appreciate every one of you challenging the way that I look at things, and challenging all of us, continuing to just ask questions and make us rethink how we're approaching, a problem, or just to give some perspective on different areas of the community that you may have known better than where I know. And I really will miss you, each and every one of you. And I love the fact that we challenged each other, and the respect grew and grew, and I will greatly miss having you on council, but I really wish you all the best with the next moves that you make, and coming back together with your families and enjoying that. So thank you.
So with all of that, good luck to all 3 of you. And in 27 minutes, we will welcome 3 new people to this dais, elect a mayor pro tem, and have a meeting at 8 o'clock as prescribed by our charter. So until then, go out and have dessert now. You had your hors d'oeuvres earlier. There may be a few leftovers, I don't know, but we will adjourn this meeting and start again at 8 o'clock. Welcome to December 4th, 2023 City Council meeting. I will call this meeting to order, and do we have the judge in the house? You want to come on down front? And Christine Ireland, you're first up.
Counselor, if you'd raise your right hand. I, Christine Ireland,
I, Christine Ireland,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the constitutions
that I will support the constitutions
of the United States
of the United States
and of the state of Colorado,
and of the state of Colorado,
and the ordinances and city charter
and the ordinances and city charter
of the city of Westminster,
of the city of Westminster,
and faithfully perform the duties of
and faithfully perform the duties of
city councilor,
city councilor,
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations, counselor.
Thank you.
Claire Carmelia.
Counselor, if you could raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Claire Carmelia,
I, Claire Carmelia,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the constitutions
that I will support the constitutions
of the United States
of the United States
and of the state of Colorado,
and of the state of Colorado,
and the ordinances and city charter
and the ordinances and city charter
of the city of Westminster,
of the city of Westminster,
and faithfully perform the duties of
and faithfully perform the duties of
city councilor,
city councilor,
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations, counselor.
And Amber Hot next. Yep.
Is it okay if my husband stands next to me?
Sure. With some very pretty flowers.
Counselor, if you could raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Amber Hot,
I, Amber Hot,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the constitutions
that I will support the constitutions
of the United States
of the United States
and of the state of Colorado,
and of the state of Colorado,
and the ordinances and city charter
and the ordinances and city charter
of the city of Westminster,
of the city of Westminster,
and faithfully perform the duties of
and faithfully perform the duties of
city councilor,
city councilor,
upon which I'm about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Judge, do you need signatures?
Yes.
Would you like all three to come down and do the official signing? So we have it done? Yep, let's get it done. If you three will go down and sign your documents. Let's welcome our 3 new counselors. Next, we have selection of Mayor Pro Tem. I understand we have someone handing out the ballots. This is always done by secret ballot. They will pick up your ballot when it's ready, and then will tell us our results. This isn't correct. We're missing someone.
Can we just write it in?
Can we write it in? Yes, please.
With a unanimous vote, Councilor Nurmela has been chosen as the next Mayor Pro Tem.
Congratulations. Go down and see the judge.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Sarah Nurmela, do solemnly swear that I will support the constitutions of the United States and of the state of Colorado and the ordinances and city charter of the city of Westminster, and faithfully perform the duties of Mayor Pro Tem, upon which I'm about to enter. Congratulations, Mayor Pro Tem.
Sarah, you need to go sign. We are now seated as a new council, and I will just ask if anyone has anything to say before we adjourn. Councilor Izadi.
Thank you, Mayor. Just wanted to say a big welcome to the three of you. as the city. So if anyone's listening online, if you're watching, if you're here, my hope and vision for this council, as you can see, right, we are moving towards that direction, is that we are unified, that we will move towards consensus as often as we can, that we address the food deserts in our city, that we address the infrastructure needs in our city, the housing crisis in our city. But we can't do any of that with a divided council. So this is the first step. And I just wanted to thank all of you, all 7 of us, for what just happened and for what will happen. And I just want to give hope to everyone who's watching and listening that it is possible. Government can work, right? We just need to work it. Democracy works when you work it. So with that, I think we have an opportunity to collaborate with each other, to challenge each other, to debate each other, and to work together. And so I have a special announcement. Many of you know that I have office hours every Monday, 4:30 to 6. Councillor Ireland and I will expand that the meeting and make it together. So we have a joint office hours for anyone who wants to come see me. You can also see her. And I think that's just a show of unity. It's a show of, if you want to talk to 2 of us at the same time, you can. We'll make, we both have very busy schedules, but we will try as much as we can to both be there. But it's just another show of unity, and that's the hope that we want to leave you guys with. No more hateful talk, no more division, no more vitriol. We're moving forward. Thank you.
Seeing no one else, we will adjourn. We are needed downstairs for a Christmas photo shoot.